Moving to Canada sounds simple on paper. Good jobs, clean environment. But it's never easy. You budget for flights, you budget for rent, maybe even furniture. But the hidden costs start the moment you step off the plane.
The first shock? Currency. Everything looks normal until you convert it back to your home currency.
A coffee isn't just a coffee anymore. It's tax, tip, and a total you didn't expect.
The Cressa 5. Small daily spending in Canada adds up faster than most newcomers realize.
Then comes housing, not just rent, but deposits, proof of income, and credit history you don't have yet.
Landlords often ask for first and last month's rent up front.
That means 2 months of rent before you even move in.
Then you realize your apartment is empty. Furniture isn't optional.
Beds, kitchenware, cleaning supplies, things you never budgeted for but can't live without. Next surprise, clothing. Canadian winters don't care where you came from.
Proper winter gear is not fashion. It's survival. And it's expensive.
Coat, boots, gloves, layers. You can't skip these.
And suddenly, another few $100s gone.
Cold weather changes how you spend money. More transport, more heating, more indoor living.
Groceries are the next reality check. You have to come prepared.
Fresh food, especially in winter, costs more than many newcomers expect.
You start comparing brands. Looking for price variation you can afford.
Because weekly grocery bills can quietly drain your budget.
And food is not a luxury. It's a fixed cost.
Phone plans in Canada? Another hidden expense.
Data costs more here than in many other countries.
And newcomers often don't qualify for the cheapest contracts.
Internet at home is another monthly bill people forget.
And suddenly, you're managing more subscriptions than you planned.
Transportation costs depend on where you live. This can be a very big challenge sometimes.
Monthly passes feel affordable in Canada until you multiply it by months. Then you realize the hard truth.
Owning a car adds fuel, insurance, maintenance cost. Because you have to fuel, maintain, and insure your car.
Car insurance for newcomers can be shockingly high. I mean, like really high and draining.
Car repairs are not cheap. The cost of repair is really high in Canada.
Then you get your first paycheck, and taxes feel heavier than expected.
Your salary on paper isn't what hits your bank. Do not expect to see your full salary.
Federal tax, provincial tax, deductions and more deductions that drains you completely and makes you wonder.
Even banking has small monthly fees. This is what most people did not anticipate.
No credit history means fewer financial options, and that is the honest truth about that.
One of the biggest hidden costs isn't something you buy, it's something you don't have yet. Credit history. In Canada, your financial identity starts from zero.
Back home, you may have had years of financial trust, but here, you're considered brand new, and that changes how banks and companies treat you.
Without Canadian credit history, landlords, phone companies, and lenders see risk. And risk usually means one thing: higher upfront payments.
You might be asked for larger deposits for an apartment, phone plan, or even utilities. Money you didn't plan to lock away.
That's when the realization hits. Moving costs aren't just about spending. They're about money tied up, unavailable, sitting in deposits.
Many newcomers assume healthcare means zero cost. And yes, Canada has public healthcare, but the full picture is more complex.
Prescription drugs, dental care, and eye exams are often not fully covered. Those become out-of-pocket expenses.
So many newcomers buy private insurance on top, kakaf, another monthly bill that wasn't in the original plan.
Even when care is covered, wait times can mean taking time off at work bans, and time off can mean lost income.
A simple dental visit can cost more than expected, and those small medical costs quietly stack up over the year.
Eating out is another surprise. Menu prices rarely include tax or tip, so the final number is always higher than what you see.
Social life costs more than people expect. Coffee meetups, lunches, small outings that brew. They feel harmless, but they repeat often. Entertainment is priced for Canadian incomes. And if you're just starting out, those prices feel heavy.
Living in Canada means learning to appreciate the winter. It's a time for quiet reflection by the fire. Electricity, heating, water, these are stable in summer, but winter months change the math.
By now, your bank statement tells a story you didn't fully expect. Lots of small costs, all justified, all necessary. And this is where financial stress starts. Not because Canada is impossible to portal, but because reality is more layered than the brochure version.
The newcomers who adjust fastest are the ones who track spending early, understanding where money actually goes. Because moving to Canada isn't about avoiding expenses. It's about predicting them before they surprise you.
Small habits help. Cooking more, using transit wisely, comparing plans. These choices slowly bring balance.
Over time, you learn the system. Where to save, where to spend, where the real value is.
Canada isn't cheap, but it can be manageable tlang once expectations match reality.
The goal isn't to scare you away. It's to help you arrive prepared, not surprised.
Because financial confidence doesn't come from earning more alone. It comes from understanding the full picture. Moving to Canada can still be one of the best decisions of your life, but only when you plan for the hidden costs, not just the dream.
Welcome to Japan, a country where ancient tradition and futuristic city live side by side. From sacred shrines to neon skylines, Japan doesn't just travel through history, it travels through you. And towering above it all, Mount Fuji. More than a mountain, sirs, it's a symbol carved into the identity of a nation. Fuji is quiet power, standing still while the world moves around it. Then comes Tokyo, a city that feels like the future arrived early and never slowed down.
In Tokyo, millions move like one living organism, fast, focused, and impossibly organized.
Neon lights paint the streets, and even the rain looks cinematic. But Japan isn't only speed and steel, it's also silence and stone. In Kyoto, paths turn sacred, like Fushimi Inari, where 1,000 gates lead you deeper into peace. Each gate feels like a whisper, a promise, a prayer, a passage. Kiyomizu-dera stands above the city like a guardian, watching centuries pass below. Then you find places that feel untouched, like Shirakawa-go, a village built from wood, snow, and time. Here, the air smells like firewood, and life feels beautifully simple. In Hakone, fog floats over water like a living dream, and shrines rise from the mist like legends. Lake Ashi reflects the sky so perfectly, it feels like the world doubled itself.
Arashiyama Bamboo Forest, where the wind doesn't just blow, it sings through green towers.
Every step feels softer, like the forest is absorbing noise and giving back calm.
Floating above the sea, Itsukushima Shrine, where the ocean becomes part of worship.
Japan turns nature into sacred architecture, like the land itself is praying. But Japan also carries memory. Hiroshima reminds the world of pain and the strength to rebuild.
Then Osaka hits you with energy, bright lights, loud laughter, and food that feels like love.
In Osaka, the streets feed you, and the city feels like a festival that never ends.
And in the north, Hokkaido, a colder Japan, quieter, wilder, and breathtaking. In Otaru, lights reflect on water like painting, turning night into poetry.
Then the wild appears, Jigokudani Monkey Park, where monkeys soak in hot springs like tiny kings. And somehow they look more relaxed than most humans. Now switch worlds. Okinawa, Japan's tropical secret, where the ocean looks like glass.
From snow to sunshine, Japan changes climates like it changes moods.
But the real magic is in the hidden places, the corners no one talks about, where Japan feels most alive.
This is Japan, endless wonders in one nation. If you want more hidden places like this, subscribe and comment the next country you want to explore.
You're standing in polar bear country, Greenland. A place so remote, it feels like another planet hiding in plain sight on Earth. Out in the middle of the ocean lies a landmass 3 times the size of France, yet home to just 50,000 people. Here, distance isn't measured in miles, it's measured in isolation. Because in Greenland, nature sets the rules.
There are no roads connecting towns, no highways, no long drives. And life here is different. The cold isn't a season. It's a way of living you learn to respect.
When the world becomes ice, the dogs become your engine. These sleds are more than transport, they're survival. And when the land refuses to move you forward, the sky becomes the road. Here, helicopters replace buses. Greenland isn't quiet. The ice is alive. It groans, it shifts, and sometimes it breaks with the sound of thunder.
Yet people still work these waters. Fishing isn't just tradition. It's the backbone of life in a land where everything is earned.
And in a place like this, warmth becomes wealth. Not money, not status, just heat, light, and safety. In Greenland, the map feels unfinished because nature never signed the final page.
This is polar bear country. Out here, you're not the main character. You're a visitor in the king's domain.
Every step has meaning. You don't wander casually, because the Arctic doesn't forgive careless curiosity.
And here's the strangest part. Towns don't connect. No highways, no road trips, just...
So Greenland moves differently. Dogs, sleds, snowmobiles, and helicopters. In this, daily life here is honest, simple, strong. In Greenland, you don't chase comfort, you build it with your hands.
Culture here isn't for museums. It's alive. It's stitched into coats, carved into tools, passed down in silence and skill. And when the light hits the ice, Greenland doesn't just shine, it sings.
Then night falls and the sky becomes a stage. The northern lights drift like spirits, painting silence in green and gold.
Greenland teaches one lesson better than anywhere else. The world is bigger than you, and nature is still the undisputed ruler.
Long before Greenland appeared on modern maps, people survived here, not by conquering the Arctic, but by understanding it. Today, Greenland is still small, but strong. A handful of towns, a tight community, and a way of life built on patience. Work here is real. Fishing, trade, survival.
In Greenland, income isn't just money, it's continuity. And because roads don't connect towns, airports become lifelines. In Greenland, the runway is a bridge. But Greenland is changing. The ice is still massive, but it's no longer timeless. The Arctic,
when ice falls into the sea, it sounds like a warning. Not loud enough to scare you, but loud enough to make you listen.
Scientists come here to measure the future because Greenland's ice doesn't just affect Greenland. It affects oceans and coastlines everywhere. Standing here, you feel it. The silence isn't empty, it's heavy.
a world without roads, a land ruled by ice, where life is simple but never easy.
If this journey took your breath away, subscribe for more places beyond the edge of the map.
At the southern edge of South America lies a land that feels untouched by time. Patagonia, the bottom of the world.
Here, the wind doesn't blow, it rules. Across plains so wide they make you feel small.
Patagonia stretches across Argentina and Chile, from Atlantic plains to Pacific fjords carved by glaciers.
Everywhere you look, water glows like gemstones. Lakes so clear, they look unreal. And the wind, it tests everything. Your balance, your players, even your confidence.
Then the land rises. Stone spears pierce the sky, Torres del Paine, a cathedral built by nature.
People come here for adventure, but leave with something deeper: silence and awe.
Above the cliffs, condors glide like shadows, watching, waiting, owning the air.
On the plains, guanacos move in quiet groups, built for cold, built for distance.
In Patagonia, the sunrise feels earned, because surviving here is a daily achievement.
But the true signature of Patagonia is ice. Ancient ice, sculpting the land like a slow...
This is Perito Moreno, a living glacier, not frozen in place, but always moving.
Up close, the ice is not white, it's blue, a color that looks like it belongs in another world.
Then comes the thunder. The glacier breaks, and the ocean answers. Boats glide between icebergs, like you're sailing through the remnants of a giant crystal kingdom.
To the west, Patagonia becomes ocean. Fjords cut through mountains, and mist hides the edges of the world. Weather changes like mood. Sunshine, then storm, then calm again. Even the forests feel different. Cold, wet, ancient. Life here grows with patience. Every trail feels like a challenge, and every view feels like a reward.
This is the last frontier of the Americas, where nature is still louder than people.
Farther south, Tierra del Fuego, land of fire, land of storms, land at the edge of everything.
Here sits Ushuaia, the southernmost city on Earth, the last stop before Antarctica.
Ships sail waters that look endless, and the horizon feels like a door to another planet.
And yes, even here, life thrives. Penguins march like tiny explorers, dressed for the cold.
Sea lions claim the coastline, living loud and fearless, where the ocean never rests.
On the grasslands, the spirit of Patagonia rides on horseback. Gauchos, built from wind, leather, and grit.
At night, warmth becomes priceless. A fire, a meal, a shelter.
And the sky, it stretches forever. Stars spill across darkness.
From glaciers to grasslands, from towers of stone to ocean fjords, Patagonia isn't a trip, it's a transformation. This is Patagonia, the bottom of the world. If you want more journeys beyond the edge of the map, subscribe. For decades, the world has only seen one side of Afghanistan. But beyond the headlines lies once the heart of the Silk Road. Afghanistan was never meant to be forgotten. It was built for history. Here, distance feels ancient. Roads stretch like time, and silence feels alive. Between mountains and deserts, valleys hide like secrets. Afghanistan doesn't reveal itself easily.
In places like this, life is simple but strong. Homes built from the land, warmed by patience. And then the cities. Markets pulse with color, where trade still feels like tradition.
Afghanistan is not just geography, it's human rhythm. Tea poured, stories traded, lives moving forward.
Stone by stone, faith and history stand together. The architecture here doesn't just decorate, it remembers. Empires passed through Afghanistan like seasons, leaving behind ruins that still whisper.
This was a crossroads of the world, where merchants once carried silk, spices, and dreams across impossible terrain.
Even Afghanistan's cliffs hold history. Ancient valleys once connected worlds, long before modern borders existed.
Mountain passes here don't feel like roads, they feel like trials. One wrong turn, and the earth reminds you who's in control. Rivers cut the land like scars, proof that nature shaped this place long before humans tried.
But beauty lives in the details. Afghan craftsmanship is world-class, woven into carpets, patterns, and memory.
And despite isolation, life continues. In the laughter of children, you hear the future refusing to disappear. Afghanistan is a land of contrasts, snow and sand, firelight and frost.
When the sun sets here, it doesn't just glow, it burns the horizon into gold. And at night, Afghanistan becomes quiet again. Stars spill across the sky, like the universe is leaning closer. Hidden valleys exist that the world will never see, unless it chooses to look beyond fear. Fortresses still stand on hilltops, not as symbols of war, but as symbol of endurance.
Cities awaken early here, not for luxury, but for life. Every morning is a decision to continue. Afghanistan's greatest treasure isn't hidden in mountains, it's in people. Hospitality that survives anything.
Here, even a simple meal feels sacred. Because food is not just fuel, it's unity.
Markets aren't just places to buy. They're where Afghanistan breathes. A living museum that refuses to close.
And still, the landscape dominates. In Afghanistan, the mountains don't decorate the story. They ARE the story.
The wind here carries more than dust. It carries history. It carries prayers.
And from above, you understand it. Afghanistan is a land that cannot be owned, only respected.
Is the real Afghanistan. Beauty beyond the headlines. History deeper than the news. Spirit stronger.
Some places are famous. Others are misunderstood. Afghanistan is both, and still, it stands.
If you want more documentaries that reveal the world beyond the obvious, subscribe and comment the next hidden country you want to explore.